Let me take off my mask. I am Amy Morton, and we are here at Found Kitchen and Social House, my restaurant in Evanston, and welcome to the Connections Benefit. I wanted to give you a little walk down memory lane, point out some of my favorite things in the restaurant, tell you a little bit of a story, and give you a bird's eye view. Start with this chair. So actually the guys who were filming this were like, what's the story of the chair? And I said, wow, good thing you asked, because this story is fabulous. This chair I found at a resale shop in 1988. It is an original Thone chair, and I put this in my very first restaurant in Old Town, and that restaurant was Mirador, and it opened in October of 1989. It sat in my basement for about 30 years, and I recovered it, and it's now part of Found. Found is very special to me. I think it's been really special to the Evanston community, and the name itself grows out of the fact that we find everything, and the furniture, the objects, the art, our food, and so much of Found was about me finding myself. Let me fill you in. So this is our dining room. Found is laid out in a series of rooms. We're in our lounge. We've got a bar. We enter into the dining room. We have a kitchen counter and our salon privé. But let me show you how it goes. Let me just say one thing. So this is called a double booth stool. There's a picture on the wall up there that I found, about 15 years ago when my dear old dad, who was in the restaurant business, passed away. And I saw these booths and I said, what are those? And I was looking at his father's restaurant, Morton's, on the south side. And he had these double booth stools at a bar. And even though 90% of the stuff in Found is quote unquote found, I had these made, and these are a nod to my grandfather. So, front kitchen, which has proven to be quite expensive, and after our lessons of COVID and the fact that we just want to stay alive, I'm not so sure that's going to reopen for a while. Original courthouse benches, love them, peeled a lot of gum off the back, and everything that I found in here, everything, Craigslist, my mother's basement, we went to flea markets, on and on and on. This wall, these are friends and partners. We developed these pictures to give the vibe of the restaurant, which is Gertrude Stein's Salon of 1920s Paris meets Jack Kerouac in my living room. Coffee station. This is where we make your beautiful espressos. And I'm just going to warn you, the restaurant is closed. This is not exactly how it looks when we're open. But as I said to the guys, one of the gifts of COVID is letting go. And right now we're just focusing on keeping things together, so things may be stacked in an unusual way. Come on back, you'll see the kitchen. This is our entire storage area. Found is a 100% scratch kitchen. We make every single ingredient here. We only have one rack of purchased food. And that is pretty extraordinary in the restaurant business, because usually you'll have a whole room of products from mayonnaise on down, and we're really proud to say we make everything here. Back of the line is our back kitchen. And then we get to the dish pit. So come on back. Most people don't get to see this. So this is what we call, some people call it the dish pit. I should get out of that habit. I think it's a little derogatory. Call it the dish room. So here's the deal. I have a philosophy that I have held for many, many years, and that is that there is an incredible similarity between restaurants and theater. In a theater, the actor, the star of the show, gets to come out and make their appearance. They get to take a bow. They get a standing ovation. But that show would not ever come to be if there was not somebody pulling the curtain to open and close it. And so too, I feel, is the restaurant business. You've got the food, you've got the chef, you've got the servers, you've got the fabulous glassware in the front of the house. everybody gets to see it. Nobody sees the person standing back here. And the person standing back here is doing just as much work and way more difficult work than anyone else. But nobody in the dining room sees this person. So I want to talk a little bit about the person that works here, and her name is Pat. Found opened 8 years ago. When I opened Found, Pat joined us as our opening cleaner. She did our cleaning for 2 years. The premise of Found was to be a restaurant that made a difference. And I, in the best way I knew how, knew it was going to be a social difference. Even though environmentally we compost, we recycle, we do all that, we buy farm to table. But I wanted to try and be a stepping stone to people living more independent lives. I'd worked in the area of homelessness my whole life. And it's an industry where you can take a job without any training. So we've worked with Connections for the Homeless since day one, and I met Pat through Connections. Pat worked with us for 2 years. After those 2 years, she got the first apartment she ever had as an adult. She went away for a couple of years. She did her own thing. And for the last 4.5 years, Pat has been back here at Found, working in this very station, helping with prep, doing anything that needs to be done. We could not run this restaurant without Pat. And besides the fact that she does such an incredible job, nobody is more positive with a can-do attitude that I've ever met. And I thank God for Pat, and I thank God, I swear to God, I am so grateful for Connections. And these are just the little things that we can do to make a difference in the world. So whatever it is that you can do, doesn't matter what it is, try to do something every day. It will change the world.